Yeah, Franklin? Average, right. So mean is the same thing as average. Okay, how do we calculate the average? You learned this in grade 6 or 7. Okay. Yep, perfect. Right, so I have 5 different people's height right here. So all I have to do, add them up and then divide it by 5 because there's 5 people. And then you have the average height of 153 centimeters. What's another word for median? That's mean. Average is mean. What's, yep, middle. Right. Alright, so another word for middle, another word for middle is median. So if I look right here, does that mean the median is this 140%? Why not? We have to rearrange them from smallest to biggest and then pick the middle percent. So it's 155. What if I have another humongous person here? What if I add in one more? And like this is, I don't know, 246, for example. Okay. If I have 6 people, how do I calculate the middle? Yeah.
The bottom two.
The bottom two. Okay.
And then you find the average.
Right. Okay. So it's the number in between. Good. It's the number in between the middle two. Okay. So in this case, 155 and 155. What's the middle? What's the number in between 155 and 155? 155. Here you go. We're on page 5. Okay. So you would find the average between the two people. So this plus this divided by 2. Okay. Mode. What's another word for mode? Another M word. Yep. The most, right? All right. Another word for mode is most. So which number occurred the most often? Right here. So which? Yep, Adrian. 155. You have 2 of them at the same height. So your mode is 155. Okay. So mean, median, and mode. 3 very pretty basic math. Okay. You guys learned this in grade 7 and 8. Okay. Let's just make sure we are really good at this so that we don't mess up on the final exam. Okay, so the minimum wage for 2021 for each province and territories is shown in the table. So these are the minimum wages. What's the minimum wage now in Canada? In Ontario. 16.75. Wow, so high. Okay, so just from a few years ago, it went up another $1.75 already. Okay, so let's calculate all 3. So to calculate the mean, what do I do? Yep, add them up. So 15 plus 11.95 plus 12.75 plus all those plus 13 plus 11.81. After I add them all up, I'm gonna get a huge number, like 200 something.
We add all of them on both sides.
Yep, I have to add up all of them. So does that mean my mean is around like 200 something? Divide. Don't forget to divide. Okay, you have to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So you have to divide by 13. All right, if you don't divide by 13, you're gonna get an average that's way higher, and then you know that you probably made a mistake. Okay. Anybody have an answer? Anybody did the calculation yet? No? Okay. 15 plus 11.95 plus 12.75 plus 12.95 plus 15 plus 13.50 plus 15.20 plus 15.20 plus 11.75 plus 15.20 plus 16 plus 13 plus 11.81 and then divided by 13. All right. If I do that, I'm going to get a messed up answer. Bad math, that's right. I cannot just punch everything into the calculator. This is a common mistake that people do. Like this, calculating the average is so easy, but then their calculator screws them up because they're bad math. So you can't divide by 13 yet. Add up everything, press that equal sign, and then divide it by 13. Otherwise, it's only going to divide this number by 13 and then add everything on. And then you get, what's my final answer here? Badar?
9.74.
9.74? I think you missed the number.
I rounded up. Right?
I got around this. Mateus? 13.7. Okay. So should I write down all those decimals? What are we talking about here? Money, right? So the 2 decimal place. And since we're talking about money, dollar sign. Otherwise, half a mark off. So remember, mean means the average. So $13.79 average. Does that sound correct? Yeah. Okay. If you get like, as Spadar said, like 9 something, you know it's a little on the low side. Okay. If you get like 179, you know that's way too much. Okay. Median. Okay. This is gonna take a little bit of time. What's my very first step in finding the median? Yeah. Order it from lowest to highest. So what's my lowest here? Yeah, 11.75. And then it's 11.81. Let me know if I miss a number. 11.95. Because if you miss a number, it mixed up. Your whole answer will be wrong. 12.75. And then 12.95. 13. 13.50. What's next? 15. Okay. I have 2 15s here, so I have to write down both. Okay. And then 15.20. 15.20. I have 1, 2, 3. 15.20. 15.20. And then 16. Okay. Once I have them all lined up, I can eliminate. So first and last, second and second last, third. Okay, just keep moving my numbers, and then I reach my middle, which is 13.50. Okay, it's as simple as that. So once you have them ordered from smallest to biggest, yeah, I smell it too. Okay, and then you go like this, and then you get to that. You get to the middle. Okay, and then mode. Again, the most. Which one comes up the most? Cajun? 1520. Okay. Okay. Now, suppose the province of New Brunswick introduced a housing subsidy for all people. The cost of living in New Brunswick drops tremendously, meaning minimum wage is now just $6. So New Brunswick, it used to be 11.75, and now it's only $6. So how will this affect the mean wage? Yeah, Jenny?
The average wage in Canada will drop.
Yeah, it will lower
Yeah.
because here when you add up the sum, you're gonna get a lower sum. So when you divide it, it will drop it lower. Good. Is the mean still a good representation then? If that's the case, it will probably drop it down to like around like uh, maybe 12.79, something like that. So will it still be a good indication? Right. What do we call that number again when it's so off from everything else? Outlier, right. When you have an outlier, the mean is not the best representation anymore. So no. Whenever you have an outlier, which one is the better representation? Mean, median, or mode? Sorry? Median, that's right. Median will be better because remember it just takes the middle number. And so even if this is like way off or this is way high, it won't affect it because this is still going to be the middle. That's why on your report cards, instead of showing the average, it shows the median. Okay, so in case like there's some student that never shows up, for example, then their mark might be 0, so it won't be fair to lower the whole class average, right? So that's why on report cards you see median. What will you consider New Brunswick's new data point as? Okay, so we just talked about it. It will be called an outlier. All right, so don't forget to copy this down. Jason, you need a pencil? Okay, here you go. Okay, just make sure you give it back to me before you go, please. Thank you. Okay, so that's nothing new. It should be easy marks. Now it's the new stuff. Okay, we're gonna talk about box plot. Okay, but before we get into a box plot, I just want to give you guys a quick uh, reminder what each of these are. Okay, tally charts. All right, so tally charts are like these. Okay, remember back in like grade 2, you guys asked your classmates, how did you get to school? And then you do these tally marks to say, I walked, I bus, I went by car, and so forth. Okay, so that's the most simple tally chart. And then there is what's called the stem and leaf plot. Okay. Uh, Stem and leaf plot is like, for example, if you have these group of numbers, 15, 27, 8, and so forth. So then you break that 15 as 1 and 5, and then 13 as 1 and 3, 1 and 3, and so forth. The good thing with this is you can easily see that most of the numbers are in the 20s. Right? That's the whole purpose of stem and leaf plot. Okay. Other than that, I don't really like it because it's like I could kind of tell from just reading the numbers. Okay. Um, and then we did pictograph. Remember what pictographs are? Pictographs. These things. So if one pizza represents 4 children, and then you can, based on this pictograph, you can tell that 15 children chose cheese pizza, and then 9 children chose pepperoni, and so forth, using pictures. Okay, so that's a pictograph. And then in grade 7 and 8, you guys did circle graph. What's another word for circle graph? Yeah, pie chart, right? So these. Okay, with the percentage, I can see most people chose Spanish, for example, in this graph. And then in grade 9, what do we do the most in grade 9? What type of graph? Line graph, right? Oh, not these kind of line graph. You guys, did you guys do any of these kind of graphs in grade 7, 8?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So in grade 9, we did line of best fit graphs. Line of best fit graphs. Okay, so something like this in grade 9. Okay, so remember, this is actually a good review for your final exam as well. So we never connect the dots anymore. We don't make that zigzag line. We just draw one straight line for a line of best fit. Okay, and then now finally, the last type of graph, box plot. And it looks something like this. Okay, yeah, it looks something like that. So let's see how to draw it then. There are different names for the box plot. It's called 50% box plot. It's also called the whisker plot. Okay, it sounds so fancy. Okay, so how do we construct it? So for example, right here, I give you this bunch of numbers. It's the height of the ball as it bounces. Okay, so the height of the ball. I did how many bounces? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I did 10 different bounces and I got these heights. So step 1, we want to arrange them from smallest to biggest. Okay. Step 2, find the median. So that. So the median is between 29 and 33. So I find the average between them. So 29 plus 33 divided by 2, I get 31. That's my median. And I'm going to call this Q2. Okay. Your median, aka Q2. And then what I'm going to do is left of my median, so 31, to the left of it, it means this first part, I'm basically going to do my median again. So just based on these 5 numbers, what's my median here? Yep, 28. So my middle number is 28. So this is my Q1. Okay. Guess what I'm going to do next? Step 4, I'm going to take the upper part of the numbers and do median again. Okay, looking at these 5 numbers, the middle number, 34. So that's my Q3. Okay, and then my lowest number, lowest is 24, highest is 37. Alright, to draw a box plot, you need 5 numbers. So 5 numbers. To draw the box plot, you need 5 numbers. Lowest, Q1, Q2, Q3, and the highest. Okay, and those are what makes up your box plot. Okay. You have to have a number line. So the box plot is actually not very hard because it's just doing the median 3 times, basically. But where people lose the marks the most is they always forget to draw a number line. Without the number line, your box is meaningless. Okay, so without a number line, look at it. I'm looking at a box and I have no clue what it represents. Okay, so you have to have a number line, and it has to be in scale. All right, so once I have the number line, I have my 24, my lowest point. I have the 37, my highest point. And then I'm going to draw my box using Q1, Q2, and Q3. Draw that box and then connect it. Okay. Anyone know why we call it Q? Why we use the letter Q? What does Q stand for? Take a look at the page. Which word starts with the letter Q? Yeah. Quartile. Right. So quartile, lower quartile, upper quartile. Okay. So Q1 is also called your lower quartile, and Q3 is called your upper quartile. Okay. Why? What is the word quarter remind you of? 25%. Excellent. And that's exactly what a box plot tells you. It tells you from your lowest to your lower quartile, this is 25% of the data. From your lower quartile to median, this is another 25%. Median to upper, 25%. And then from upper to max, this is another 25%. It divides the data into 25%. Okay. So what percentage of the ball bounce are 28 inches or higher? So 28 and higher, how many percent is that? Armin?
75.
75. That's right. All right. And what percent is between the median and the upper? Cajun? 25. Okay. Nice and easy. All right. Let's try to draw this one together. Okay. Last example. The following shows the cost of a new smartphone at different outlets. So these are the prices. What kind of phone does it look like? It's not an iPhone. Probably like a LG, maybe. Okay, based on the price. Okay, so construct a 50% box plot for this data. Again, don't worry about this 50%. It's just box plot, basically. It's just a name. Okay, so what's my very first step? Yeah, Leandro.
Order them lowest to highest.
Order them lowest to highest. Okay, so take your time in ordering them, because if you mess it up, your whole answer is gonna be wrong. Alright, so 500 and then 560. Alright, Nicholas, can you order them for me? 500, 560, and then 635, and then
650.
uh-huh.
690.
Yeah.
700.
Uh-huh.
730. 750.
Wait. 730, 750, and then yeah, 75, and then 900, and then 999. Okay, great. Okay, so that's my first step. I ordered them. Second step. Alex, find a median, right? So And that, 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 that. All right, so my median is going to be between 700 and 730. Okay. So what's another word? What letter do we use to represent the median here? What abbreviation? Badar?
Q1,
Not Q1.
Q2.
Q2, right? Okay, that's why I asked you guys. It's not to trick you guys, but just a lot of people make that mistake. So I wanted to point it out. So Q2 is between 700 and 735. So what's the number between them? 715. Good. Okay, I have my first number. 1 mark. Okay, now what?
Q1.
Q1. How do I calculate Q1?
Mm,
First half. Okay, do I include the 700?
Yeah.
Yes, because I haven't used the 700. My Q2 is right here. So I use all the way up here. Now suppose my Q2 is 700, then I don't count it. Then I take the left of my median. Okay. So middle between these ones. Okay. That. So it's between 6. So it's right here. Okay. Q1 is going to be between 635 and 650. When I add it up and divide it, Q1 is 650 divided by 2, 642.5. There, 50. Doesn't matter. All right. Again, don't make this silly mistake. Don't do this. Okay, if I just do this on the calculator, I'm going to get 960. Okay, and you know that's wrong. Okay, bad math. I have Q1, I have Q2, I'm going to do Q3. So the median of the upper half. So Q3 equal that. So between 800 and 875. So Q3 is
837.
837.5. Perfect. Okay. I need 5 numbers. You ready?
The lowest number is 500.
And
Minus 600.
perfect. Okay. And now I can draw my box plot. Okay. What should I draw first? Should I draw a box first? The number line. Good. You were paying attention. Love it. Okay. Draw the number line. So 500 and 1,000. Right. I need a proper scale. So don't just and then put the random numbers. I need an actual scale. So like 600, 700, 800, 900, like this. Okay. So I'm gonna put a dot on my lowest. I'm gonna put a dot on the highest because it's 999. So about 1,000. Okay. Q1 642.50. I'm gonna draw a line. Q2 715. I'm gonna draw a line. And then Q3 837.50. I'm gonna draw a line. All right. Remember Q1, Q2, Q3, I'm drawing a line for my box. Okay, now I'm going to draw my box. I'm going to connect those lines to make my box. Right? And then lastly, connect the dot to the box. And there you go. Right? So calculating the median is really easy, but you need to know how to actually draw it. So I've seen so many people, they know what to do, they calculate everything, and then their box looks like a triangle. All right, so make sure you know how to draw it properly. Okay, any questions? So even though we did some calculations today, were they easy calculations?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just adding and dividing, adding and dividing. Okay, so for the rest of the class and homework, up to uh, up to page 8. Okay, up to page 8. Is again, the math is not hard, so and I'm giving you a lot of space, so it's actually not long. So up to page 8 right here. Tomorrow we're going to talk about budgeting. Okay, lots of time. So start from here. All right. Start on page 6, 7, and 8. Okay, sounds good.